Showtime next on CST. This will likely be against New Orleans Hornets basketball tonight. Hornets host the Lakers in the second of a three-game. Is that 33-year-old Kobe Bryant's in the house, despite his age, still a great scorer.
Right out of high school, he was very good, and now with all this experience and all the scoring we've seen, one of the best to ever play the game, and Kobe still's got it. He drives through the basket, he shoots fallaways, he shoots long jump shots. He's Kobe Bryant, and he can play.
The leader at 29 points per game of scoring in the NBA. Of course, there's a lot of controversy surrounding the Lakers still. Will they trade Gasol? Are they as good without Phil Jackson? But even with all that, they're still in first in the Pacific.
Well, you have to give them a lot of credit because they are big, they are talented, and they are in first place, and they know how to play together. No matter who's coaching, they're still the top team.
Lakers in town, plenty of stars expected inside the Hive as well.
Hooray for Hollywood. That's Sweet Valley, hooey Hollywood. Where any
outside the Hornets locker room, joined by head coach Monty Williams. Coach, the other night after the Charlotte game, you said you wanted to.
Brought to you by 7-Up. Be yourself. Be refreshing. Be 7-Up. By Chevron. Chevron with Techron. Care for your car. By Cox, your friend in the digital age. By Entergy, the power of people. By KFC. Come in today and taste why fresh is better. And by Oxner. Healthcare with peace of mind.
Back at the New Orleans Arena, first of two meetings this season between the Bees and the Lakers. And time for us to look at starting lineup, brought to you by 7-Up. Be yourself, be refreshing. Be 7-Up. Kobe leads the league in scoring at 29 a game. Fisher leads the league with his 538th consecutive game, and Bynum is coming off a season-high 37 last night, the double OT win in Memphis. As for the New Orleans Hornets, they have Jarrett Jack with his career best season. In his last 4 games, he's averaging 18.5 per contest. Bellinelli has his career best average coming into this ballgame. Ariza will have a heavy defensive assignment along with several friends with Kobe in the house tonight. Those are your 7-Up starters. Mike Brown, first season as head coach of the Lakers. They're in first in the Pacific Division, 10 games above 500. He had a championship series visit with the Cavaliers. Monty Williams hopes to even up this 3-game homestand with a win here tonight, trying for the Hornets' 11th victory. Right now, Gil McGregor takes a look at our keys presented by Toyota.
Well, we talk about how big and how bad this club is, but you still got to get to the rim. They are 27th in fouls, so you want to get into their chest and try to score. Put pressure on the basketball because they will turn it over. 22nd in turnovers. Last night, they gave up a lot of points off of turnovers, and you want to compete on the boards. They are big, but I think they may be a little slow. They played a lot of minutes last night, so if you can rebound them, you can run, but you've got to really fight on the boards.
Gil will update your Toyota keys for you at halftime. All-time series between these two clubs. Lakers lead at 41-17, and of course the last time these clubs met, it was in the first round of last season's playoffs. Hornets gave them all they could handle, although the Lakers won it 4-2. Tom Washington, John Goble, and Trey Maddox, 3-man officiating crew here, the decision makers in this ball game tonight. A look at our Oxner inactive list. Oxner Healthcare with peace of mind. Darius Morris will not play. He is inactive for the Lakers. The other 12 are available. Eric Gordon, of course, has only been available for 2 games this season following right knee surgery, which was a month ago today. We saw him shooting during shoot-around today. Hopefully Eric Gordon will be back in the lineup.
And Bob's shooting before the game, so he was out working out this evening also, so he's putting in a lot of time to get ready to come back.
Black Mamba in the Big Easy, donning the mask. That's because he had his nose broken on All-Star weekend. All-Star game on Sunday in Orlando when Dwayne Wade broke the nose. Didn't stop Kobe, though.
Well, I guess Dwayne Wade takes all his games seriously. All-Star game, break a guy's nose. That's a little different.
He is the NBA's 5th all-time leading scorer.
And counting.
And this season, the league's #1 scorer at just under 29 points per contest. Just an amazing player still in his 16th season at the age of 33, playing like he's 23 on many nights. We'll see this evening. He played 52 minutes in the double overtime win in Memphis 24 hours ago.
They needed every minute of it, too.
Yes, they did. Kaman and Bynum, center circle tap, won by the 7-foot Bynum, and the Lakers with the first possession of the ball game. We are underway from the Big Easy as the Hornets look for their 11th win of this season. Here's Derek Fisher as the defense collapses around him along the baseline. Meta world peace now with the basketball. Bellinelli single coverage.
And they look to go inside often. I would say not a great shooting team. And Derek Fisher starts off by showing that they're not a great shooting team from outside.
Air ball deep in the shot clock. So the Hornets begin this game with a stop.
You know, it's going to take very good defense because the defense can create offense for the Hornets, and I think they can really run these Lakers.
Fans can take a seat. Jarrett Jack with the first bucket of the ball game.
That's early. Sit down.
The Hornets coming off of the 71-point effort on Monday. Know they're much better than that.
No doubt.
Here's Meta world piece into the alley, almost traveled as Bellinelli got a piece of the basketball. Kaman tips the rebound to Marco.
Here's the pushing. You can push him. You got a couple of Lakers that aren't back yet.
Trevor was about to soar for a score, but he left the basketball behind.
You take full advantage of the fact that they played last night, double overtime, that they aren't. A couple of them quicker foot, Bynum, world peace, Arkansas, and you run them.
Fisher feeds Gasol, subject of many trade rumors throughout the season. Here's Kobe with the catch against Ariza. Single coverage for the moment. Bynum, big man to big man. Gasol with the one-hand catch, dunk, and foul. Wow.
When you hear us talk all the time about defending the pass, and when you have 2 7-footers, this is what you can do. It's called the Twin Towers. There's a lot of things, but big to big is very difficult. You've got to play up in the air against these guys because they're so big.
Well, you talk so often about the big man catching the ball, keeping it high. Classic example right there.
Well, it was such a soft pass that he could catch with one hand. You got to make it a little more difficult than that, I think.
Foul was on Gustavo Ayon, but Gasol misses the free throw. We're tied at 2.
Lakers made 28 free throws last night in Memphis, and the Grizzlies only took 5.
Ariza with the reverse layup tries short. Kaman battling world peace, and that's out of bounds off the Lakers.
When you battle world peace,
I knew this was coming.
who wins?
I hope peace wins out. That's all I hope.
Do you just give peace a chance?
I am not going to crown anybody Miss America, but I do wish for world peace. Here's Kaman, free throw line jumper short. Ayon with a rebound and a new clock for New Orleans. They won't use it. Belly for 3, bottom.
Well, we talked about rebounding, how important it was going to be. Early on, we see the Hornets do a good job on the boards, and their offensive boards a really good job to get that second chance.
All 5 rebounds in this game belong to the Bees. We're 2 minutes in. Gasol against Ayon. Ball fake inside, jump right hook outside. Wow. He has shown a couple of fancy moves early on.
We talk about his talent all the time. I mean, he's as big as he is, but he can shoot the basketball very softly.
Hornets 5, Gasol 4. Kaman fall away against Powell. No. And here comes Kobe.
Well, I think you got to challenge them. You got to make them put you on the foul line, and they will do so.
Trap on Kobe, gives it up to Gasol. Underneath for Bynum. He battled for the pass and then gathered himself for the lay-in, and the Lakers take a 1-point lead.
Well, to defend their passing a lot better. They're just too big for you to give them easy looks to find each other.
Looks like they have 2 8-footers in the
Yeah,
middle,
it doesn't look like that, doesn't it?
There's Bellinelli around the screen. Gets it back from Ayon and launches the 3. Bottom again! 2 trays for Marco.
Well, that's going to change the defensive mindset of the Lakers a bit. He keeps knocking down threes.
Already his 5th three-pointer of the homestand. He had 3 on Monday. Gasol denied, reversed by Ayon, and then Gasol tosses up an air ball, comes back to Bynum, trying to feed Kobe, but a bad pass. Hornets ball.
Marco Bellinelli, we've talked about him being the guy that has to stretch the defense. Bynum didn't want to come out on him because big guys don't like to try to defend smaller guys out in the midcourt. And Marco made him pay.
Bynum's another guy whose minutes were high last night,
Yeah.
49. Fisher elevating, knocking the ball away and out of bounds off Ariza. Or no, it's a foul actually on Trevor Ariza as he tried to get it back from Derek Fisher.
Well, one of the higher energy guys for the Lakers would be Derek Fisher. He seems to have a little bit more of an elevated motor. He runs a little bit harder. He can play a little bit rougher maybe than some Lakers do.
There are a lot of reasons he's been in the league.
Yes.
16 seasons. So pass. Oh, nice touch pass. Fisher to Kobe, several ball fakes, and then a foul. Came in with a clean block on his shot attempt.
You know, we talk about ball faking, looking at the basket. And as amazing as Kobe Bryant's career has been, you want to see a guy who is technically sound, fundamentally sound. He knows how to do it. The second fake got the defender off his feet, and that's how he draws the foul.
Kamen got the personal. 3 different Hornets with a foul so far. 3 team fouls on New Orleans. As Kobe to the line, makes the first of his 2, his first point of the ball game, and his 29,083rd point of his career. Only 4 have ever scored more in this league.
Oh, he's going to score about 29,000 points more than I did in the league.
Did you have 83?
No, I actually had over 100.
Oh. So almost 29,
Yeah, almost. Yeah. He's about to catch me.
Kobe, also a great free throw shooter, as you would imagine, over 80%. He gets those first 2, and the Lakers have tied the Hornets at 8. Here's Ione for the free throw circle, bounces it in.
That's big, Bob. That's big because now you will make those big guys stop just hanging out underneath the basket and open up the lane for some drives by the Hornets.
He's on Kobe, bats it back to Bryant. 10 to shoot as they trap Kobe. Squirts free, but Gasol ends up with it. Meta world peace that is inside for Bynum, and he misses that turnaround. Battling for it, and Bryant ends up with it. And he'll jump, feed it underneath for Gasol, and the slam.
You're really going to have a concentrated effort on defending their passing. Their passing is a weapon because they are so large.
Jared Jack from the elbow. Second field goal. And the Bees back on top.
Last night in Memphis, they had 18 turnovers. Memphis had 15 steals against him. No good.
Offensive goaltending called on Gasol after Meta World Peace tried the layup. He's still on the rim.
Well, Peace didn't get a chance that time. And the ball is on the rim, and the hand is in the silver.
Here's Bellinelli missing the 2 ball as Bynum secures his 3rd rebound. This is Gasol. 6.5 to play in the opening frame. Fisher off the dribble drive. Gasol over Kamen. And Powell's having a big start. 4 for 5 already.
It looked as though he might have been off balance with that hesitation before he shoots the jump shot, but it goes in.
Jack directing traffic. And now Kamen over Gasol. First bucket for Chris. Hornets ahead again by 2, staying with the Lakers here in the first quarter.
Well, you want to pressure their guards. Their guards make mistakes, but you cannot let them have clear looks underneath.
Nice defense by Ione. And the turnover by Gasol results in 2 more for Jared Jack.
And once you turn them over, you can run them. Last night's game has an effect, and they're not the youngest team in the league.
This is Bynum. Trying to feed Gasol. That's off Gasol's leg and out of bounds. Hornets basketball on the Lakers turnover. Jared Jack is certainly fired up to play against the Lakers tonight. He's hit all 3 of his shots. Is out 64%. They lead the Lakers by 4. Time for me to welcome in the 3rd member of our crew, Victor Howell.
Bob, thanks so much. The Hornets franchise in the NBA overall is mourning the death of 81-year-old Dick Harder, who passed away at a community home in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Now, Harder, who's a veteran NBA assistant, was the very first coach in Hornets franchise history. He coached a team in Charlotte for 122 games from 1988 to 90. He was later an assistant under Larry Bird in Indiana, Chuck Daly in Detroit, Pat Riley with the Knicks. In the college ranks, he led Penn to 2 NCAA tournament appearances. But Bob, he may best be known for the game he coached in 1976 in Pauley Pavilion. That's where Harder's Oregon Ducks beat John Wooden's UCLA Bruins 65-45, and that snapped their 98-game home win streak that started back in 1970.
That was an amazing event. I remember that as a kid, and I also remember my very first game as a journalist following the Hornets. Dick Harder and the Hornets, who were then in North Carolina, played the Cleveland Cavaliers, who were one of the powers of the league at the time, and they lost their first ever game by 40 and left the floor to a standing ovation.
Yeah, that was interesting times, different times. That happened before.
Here's Chris Kaman following the timeout. Came up short off the baseline jumper. Hornets by 4, Lakers ball, about 5 minutes to go in this quarter.
Nor should it.
Here's Gasol, alley-oop for Bynum in one motion, tried to slam it in, off the back iron. Hornets 4-on-4, belly for 3, looking for his third triple of the quarter. It wouldn't go down.
You see how quickly the Hornets are trying to get into that transition offense. Even the transition jump shot is good. It's usually an opening.
Another high-low pass, Bynum to Gasol, seems to be a major part of Mike Brown's game plan tonight.
Well, he's just taking advantage of size, and we talk about all the things you can and cannot coach. You can't coach anybody to be bigger than they are. That you can't do.
Bellinelli with Gasol on him. There's a mismatch somewhere. Hornets didn't take advantage that time. The cutter was Ariza, but it's picked off on the bounce pass by Kobe. Kobe for 3. Kobe just under 30% from that range. That was his first made field goal of the night. He has 5.
Well, you know, you construct the team certain ways, and everybody can't go one-on-one when they feel like it, but you have a guy that can make and take his own shot whenever he wants to, like a Kobe Bryant, and you set that up especially for him.
Ione, nice bounce pass for Kaman, draws the contact from Bynum, and will visit the line. Be the first Hornet to do so tonight.
Ione's quickness got Kaman that free throw opportunity. We talk about Kobe Bryant, you know, he's one of the better defenders in the league, and most people think about all the points he scores, but the defense set up his opportunity to get a transition three-pointer. He knocks it down. Steals what set it all up.
Hornets will likely have the kitchen sink defense against him tonight. They'll throw everyone and the kitchen sink at him. Men of Steel on the floor, not just Kobe, but Meta World Peace as well. Both top 5 among active thieves in the league.
And they do it differently. I mean, Meta World Peace, his name might be Peace, but he plays a bully type of a game to get his skills. Kobe's just a little bit more skilled in getting his with quickness and deception.
Kaman 1 of 2 at the line. He has 3. We are tied at 17. We've already had 5 ties and 3 lead changes. This is Steve Blake, just came on the floor for Fisher. And a foul against New Orleans off that pass.
Blake had 4 turnovers last night, and again at the point guard, he's more of a point and a half. He's more of a betweener. He's more of a 2, I think, than a point guard.
Point guard is an issue. There have been rumors swirling around. They may be looking for a backup to Derek Fisher before the trade deadline tomorrow afternoon, which ends at 2 p.m. Central. Blake around the Bryant screen and an offensive foul on Kobe.
Kobe tried to adjust to keep contact in setting the screen because of the way the point guard made the move. As Kobe sets the screen the first time, and he tried to set it the second time, that's where the foul occurred.
An offensive foul. They've only got 1 team foul. That's the first whistled against Kobe. There's Jared Jack, the tall cover on him.
You got some opportunity down low.
Aminu on the floor, so is Lance Thomas. That ball off the hands of Aminu in transition. Blake cut an alley-oop and Aminu broke it up. Nice interception. Hornets coming back the other way, 4-on-4. Jarrett Jack angles into the alley against Blake. He scores, plus the foul on Blake.
Well, defending the pass is the first thing, and Aminu did that, and the turnover leads to an opportunity on offense, and the Hornets ran the floor, put some pressure on the Lakers to get back on defense, which they didn't do very well.
Great start for the Hornets point guard, who's 4 for 4, looking for his 9th point of the quarter. And he's got it. The Hornets lead by 3. They've led by as many as 4. Just over 3 minutes remaining.
And it does expose the weakness in the Lakers team, if there is any. It would be point guard.
Todd Murphy gave that ball up to Barnes. Now Gasol feeds Murphy, the southpaw. Back to Blake from Gasol. And Ariza cleans it up with his first rebound. Jarrett Jack operating around that trap. Stays upstairs. Dumps it off to Kaman. Nice spin move against Murphy. Hornets nearly had another three-point opportunity. Kaman heads to the line. Hornets lead by 3 as Jarrett Jack has led the way so far for the Bees. Just overpowering Steve Blake and Derek Fisher. He has outscored both of their point guards 9-0 so far. It's Boomtown to 95615 for Hornet alerts and your chance to win a VIP experience to a Hornets home game. It includes VIP parking, 2 courtside seats, VIP access and experiences at the game, and a Boomtown Casino prize pack, plus more.
Well, Jarrett Jack certainly says, my prize pack is you brought me the Lakers and I like them. Take this jump shot from right at the top of the free throw circle. And I got another jumper a little bit to the left up the nail. And then I'm going to go inside. I don't care how big they are, down the left side of the lane. And this is down the right side of the lane. 4 shots up, 4 shots in for Jarrett Jack. He's got 9 points, and he's outscored the Laker point guard contingents 9-0. Jarrett Jack having a big night against the boys from L.A.
Indeed he has. Talking to us inside the locker room before the ball game, he was pretty fired up to be a part of a group to defend Kobe Bryant, but also to show that he has game, dribble, driving, etc. against a Lakers club that allows almost 93 a game.
He might be fired up, but right now he's firing it up.
Kaman, 3 for 4 now at the line. He has 5 points to go with his 4 rebounds. And the Hornets have the largest lead of the night.
And although the Lakers are 11th in blocked shots in the league, I still think you can attack them. In 2 games against the Grizzlies, they've given up 100 points in the paint.
Kobe missed from upstairs, and the 5th rebound for Kaman gives the Hornets the ball. Jarrett Jack gives that ball up to Al-Farouq Aminu. Barnes on him. Now Ariza, former Laker, angles into the alley. Nice pass for Thomas. He drew the defense to him with the dribble drive.
Trevor Ariza, they made a really good play. Got everybody looking at Trevor, and Trevor finds a teammate underneath.
Kobe ends the 8-0 Hornet run with another 3. He has 8.
He's pretty good.
he has a chance in this league.
He's free, yeah. Give him an opportunity. He might make the team.
Here's Kaman. Back to the bucket against Bynum. 8 on the clock. Left hand jump hook, no. And Blake will hit it the other way. This is Kobe. Single coverage for the moment. Picked off as Ariza, so Thomas in front of Kobe missed the rim on the 3-ball attempt. Ariza has Blake on him. Kaman's going to take that from the right key. Why not?
Well, the big guys don't want to come out on him. They trusting that he's not going to be consistent with his jump shot. He has to make him pay.
Hornets by 6. Kobe off the dribble drive. All the way around the baseline to the elbow. Gets it back from Blake. 8 on the clock. 5 on the clock. Ariza staying with Kobe. 3 on the clock. 2-ball. No.
Good defense. Good defense.
Kobe is 2 for 5. Here's Jarrett Jack. Here's the floater. He loves it. He has 11.
He says, you'll start playing me sooner or later.
5 for 5 for Jarrett Jack. Hornets on a 12-3 run. Here's Kobe, mishandles, recovers, surveys, and feeds. Bynum tried in one motion to put it in and failed. 10 seconds to go. Al-Farouq Aminu misses, rebound, miss! by Ariza. Two great chances. Blake ahead for Barnes. Kobe, ball fake, wave it off. It will not count. The Hornets ran at him and prevented him from getting rid of it before the first quarter buzzer. The Bees by 8 over the visiting Lakers. First of 3 meetings between these clubs this season. The Black Mamba had 8. The big fellas also scored a total of 12, but Jarrett Jack answered with 11 of his own. New Orleans by 8 over the Lakers. Louisiana Office of Tourism, Louisiana, pick your passion. Well, the Hornets through 1 have really shown the ability to stop the Lakers. 38% shooting, they've out-rebounded them as well.
Well, the rebounding we talked about had to really be a key. I think they finally put a little bit of pressure on the Lakers passing inside, and that's helped to shut down on that shooting percentage.
Only 3 Lakers scored in that first quarter, Gil. 10 by Gasol, 8 by Kobe, 2 by Bynum. So no guards aside from Bryant scored. Meta World Peace, no points.
I think that's probably what's key. Meta World Peace is like the X factor for them. You know, sometimes he'll make a 3, he'll get an offensive rebound and a stick back. So when you can shut him down, you're doing a good job. That's why it doesn't look like he's going to be out there to start this quarter.
Hornets had a 12-3 run to end the first quarter. Lakers missing 5 of their last 6. Jarrett Jack and Chris Kaman had 5 apiece during that 12-3 run. It'll be Vasquez, Henry, Aminu, Foot, and Ariza on the floor to start quarter number 2 for New Orleans. Vasquez gives it up to Xavier. Trapped up high by Murphy. Vasquez with 4 on the clock, put it on the floor, got in the lane, had it stripped and stolen by Blake.
You have to flip some of the screens now. When they try to be as aggressive as they are, the Lakers, and coming out trying to trap, then you flip the screen and roll right to the front of the rim, and you're going to get some layups.
Barnes finds Capono. Now Murphy traveled. 5th turnover for the Lakers.
When we say flip the screen, fans, what we're saying is instead of setting the screen, you go towards setting the screen and you just reverse and go right to the basket. You don't draw the contact, leave the area, go to the basket. You're going to leave your man out there trying to trap. You should be open for a layup.
Less than a minute into the quarter, Ariza sits and Lance Thomas replaces him. Foot has it. Vasquez now with 10. Aminu to the free throw line. High arcing 2-ball.
They worked on that this morning, that exact same play. They knew that that's part of the defensive set they see from the Lakers. They worked on that exact jump shot by Aminu this morning in shoot-around.
There's Bynum who secured the pass. What a challenge underneath by Al-Farouq. Aminu got the rejection on Bynum, but the foul as well.
Well, I like that. That's a statement. Yeah, you're going to go to the free throw line because it's going to take you 2 shots to get 2 points. I like that. That's good stuff. Go get it, Farouq. Make him earn them. Make him earn them.
Aminu at 6'9", Bynum with the long arms and a 7-foot, maybe a 7, 8, or 9-foot reach. I mean, he is just as long as they get in this league.
Go get him. Let him know it won't be nothing easy in the Big Easy. Go get him.
Bynum was 7 of 8 at the line last night, just a 65% free throw shooter on the season. Goes 1 of 2 in that trip. And the Hornets' 10-point lead reduced to 9.
But it gives you a different kind of feel for you and your teammates. We're here. Go get him.
Here's Vasquez. 10 to shoot. Uses Foot's screen. Now underneath, it is Thomas. A late footer right of the lane, and he put it home for his 2nd bucket.
When you talk about putting Lance Thomas on the court, you know you're going to get that from him. Just extreme hustle. He's going to be right there.
This is Bynum. Doubled by Vasquez. Worked away from it. They rotate to a 3-point shooter. Capono gave it up to Barnes for 2.
Well, it's defense in the pass. It's really going to be key, because the Lakers have a tendency to turn the ball over, and I think it's because they're a little sloppy with their passing.
Vasquez jumper.
Nice.
And the Hornets continue red-hot shooting here at home. 61% here in the first half. This is their largest lead. This is Bynum, put it on the floor. Surrounded by 2. Stolen. And a foul on the Lakers.
That's good D. He's in the lane, putting it on the floor, and as I like to say, Bob, everybody can touch the floor. You don't have to be tall to touch the floor. You know, if you keep the ball high when you're a big guy, you put it on the floor, everybody's just as tall as you are when you put the ball on the floor.
So the Hornets off of the Lakers' 6th turnover already. Have it back. Henry off the crossover dribble drive draws a foul.
We also pointed out that you can take it inside them. They are 11th in block shots. And yes, they have big guys and 2 7-footers or people in that, but you still can attack these guys. They're not Sergi blockers underneath. Take it to them.
Shooting foul is against Murphy. Troy Murphy picking up his 2nd.
Troy Murphy and going to block shots, just not the same sentence. They don't go together too much.
Xavier Henry at the line where he's just a 61% shooter, misses the first of his 2.
That means he's going to make this percentage.
Missed them both. Barnes almost lost that rebound. The Hornets only took 7 free throw attempts on Monday for the game against Charlotte. They already have 7 attempts here tonight in the first half. Blake got out of some trouble. Barnes gets it to Bynum, who is immediately doubled. Kick out to Barnes. And the Hornets with the carom. Lakers at 39% shooting.
Good job. You know, you're forcing them to take a jump shot that they're not really wanting to take.
Offensive foul against the Hornets. This will go against Thomas.
Well, he tried to slip the screen. We talked about, you know, not staying up there. You see him, he didn't even set the screen. He tried to go to the basket, and the guard got in his way, got in his path.
Thomas going, I couldn't get out of his way.
Yeah.
Murphy feeding Barnes, looking for Bynum. They've been going to him regularly. Single coverage split, double team arrives in the form of Thomas, and a turnover again. 7 Lakers turnovers. The bench has had an impact. 8 points already. Jarrett Jack getting a breather. He did his job. Week from tomorrow, March 22nd at 7 p.m., your chance to see the Hornets take on former Hornet Chris Paul and the dunk machine, Blake Griffin. Great seats still available for that game on the 22nd. All fans in attendance receive a Hornets rally towel, courtesy of Janny King. BuzzFest pregame block party gets you going outside at 5:30 with live music, dollar beers, and of course for the kids, interactive games and plenty more. Go to Hornets.com or dial 504-525-HOOP. That's a week from Thursday. CP Blake and company at the building. Well, Kobe may be a future Hall of Famer, but Ricky Jackson's the current Hall of Famer.
All right, Ricky.
And he is in the house tonight. Look at that pinstripe.
That's nice.
That's a lot of material. Don Johnson's in the house, looking just a little bit different from his Miami Vice days.
Not less viceful, though.
All right, yeah. Hey, Don, how you doing? Appreciate it. 8:40 to go here in the first half. In a half dominated so far by New Orleans.
But a lot like me, he probably doesn't do his own stunts.
Okay, and I'm definitely taking your words for that. Xavier Henry had that ball slip out of his hands on the jump shot. And the air ball, here's Blake. Blake waiting for the screen. Solid one from Murphy, but he's still way above the arc. 8 on the clock. Just dancing outside, then pulls up short.
See, the Lakers said they want to go inside to the big guys. They never got to look down low. No triangle, no pass inside.
Terrapin against Terrapin here, or at least ex-Terrapin against ex-Terrapin.
So instead of triangle, that was up.
Jumper good as Vasquez ends up with his 2nd field goal. So the Hornets now with 10 bench points.
Looking good. This is the right kind of pay. Oh, it's offense. Can't push them off.
Barnes scores plus a foul. Looked like Bynum had an offensive foul prior to the shot.
Looked like Bynum just cleared out. It's like it's one of these, get out of my way. I gotta get out of my way. I'm passing the ball. Can't do that.
Incidental contact, huh?
Incidental?
Kobe Bryant's back on the floor. The Lakers struggling offensively with their leading scorer on the bench, only at 24. Barnes, actually they only had 23 before he came back on the floor, and Barnes completes that three-point play. He has 5. The Hornets lead down to 10. Vasquez answers.
And Vasquez is running right beside Kamen because Kamen fouled into the basket. The bigs were still out trying to trap.
Offensive foul. Matt Barnes.
Now, as Vasquez goes through the basket, he's going to keep the ball after the screen. You see he and Kamen almost running side by side. Either of them could have scored. And watch this screen in the back. You move, slide your body, offensive foul.
The Hornets have it back 5 minutes into the second, leading by 12. Henry. Ball batted out of bounds. Monty with the nice catch, but it is Lakers ball. Hornet point guards so far tonight have 17 points. They've outscored LA point guards 17-0. Gasol back on the floor. McRoberts on the floor for the first time.
Josh McBob.
Here's Kobe's ball away, short. And the rebound touches several hands. Loose ball foul against New Orleans. Monty says, who'd you get? And the answer is Vasquez. Monty obviously disagreeing.
Well, I just like the effort, though. I mean, we talked about how the boards were going to be such a big deal, and you keep working hard. You just can't let those guys push you around. They're big, but you can't let them push you around.
Full shot clock off of Kobe's sideline out of bounds. Fisher's also back on the floor, and so is World Meta Peace. Or Meta World Peace.
Meta World Peace.
I'll get it right.
Well, just think of, I don't know what you think of.
Here is Gasol. Kick out Kobe. And in traffic, floats it through. With Kobe with double digits. He and Gasol with 10 apiece. This is Henry with the ball fake and then lost it. Kobe got it as Henry went to the floor, 5-on-4. Laker advantage. Fisher drops into 3.
Must take care of that basketball. It's too precious. Too precious.
And Monty would like to chat. So a timeout on the floor. New Orleans once had a 13-point advantage. That has been reduced to 7 here at the Hive. Kobe so far 14 minutes on the floor, has 10 points. That time got past the initial defender and floats it through for 2.
You make the call. Text your answer right now to 95615. You can sign up for Hornets Alerts. And tonight, your chance to win a Hornets player's autographed shoe, and it's courtesy of Mo-Bar. Here's all you do. Text Mo1 if you thought it was a charge. Text Mo2 if you thought it was blocking. Mo-Bar. One call, that's all. He joined us earlier tonight on Hornets Night, and there is Mo Bart sitting courtside watching this game tonight. Bob was just telling you about the point guard advantages there. Derek Fisher's shot there with the first 3 points for the point guard position for the Lakers. And Bob and Gil, remember during Hornets Tonight, we talked with our guests from Lakers.com about the 2 7-footers and the advantage the Lakers would have in the paint almost each and every night. So far tonight, that's even 14 apiece for each team in the paint.
Very good sign for the Hornets early on. It didn't look like it was going to be the case early in the first quarter, but the Hornets have righted the ship.
Yeah, they have, because if you think about, and I know Victor looks at this as we've talked about it, but 10 Laker baskets on, and 12 baskets by the Lakers on 10 assists. So they were getting the ball too easily for shots early on in the game.
Heyman back on the floor, misses his first attempt, but Ariz is also back on the floor. Gets the offensive rebound.
Prolong the possession. And that means the Lakers can't score if they don't have the ball.
Trapped Vasquez, who did not stop the dribble initially, gets it back from Kamen and puts it up and in. And the Hornet point guards are a combined 9 for 9.
And Bob, usually that second opportunity seems to always pay off for you if you get that offensive rebound and get a second chance.
Kobe comes around, gets that shovel pass from Gasol. Back to Powell, missed the rim. Again, the Hornets defend nicely underneath.
And push because these guys played a lot of minutes last night. Push the Lakers, make them run.
Their own handoff, Vasquez, now Kamen. 10 to shoot. McRoberts defends. And the hook is good by Kamen as he uses glass to produce his 9th point.
Mac Roberts, you got your Mac Bank.
Inside of 5 minutes to go here in the half. Again, Gasol hands off to Bryant. Kobe is trapped. Now single coverage as he gives it up to Pau Gasol, and no good. Hornets again with a stop. With the ball, a double-digit lead.
And push it because, again, these guys played a lot of minutes, heavy minutes last night. Push it, make them work.
Vasquez. This is Kamen, head down. This time with the left hand. He's in double digits.
Make them work.
So Kamen, 11 and 6 here in the first half. Kobe blow by dunk. And the foul. I have a feeling we'll see that again.
Well, he's going to have to take it upon himself. But you know, Chris Kamen is having a good night. He's getting into the paint with his dribble, head fake, his jump shot. Now getting him a good look with a little left-handed jump hook. But Kobe Bryant taking the baseline, and Kobe Bryant doing what Kobe Bryant's been doing for 16 years. Over the top, baby.
Kamen got the foul. Kobe to the line for a three-point play. He has a game-high 12. And 33 years old, he did not look on that play. 13 for Bryant, who's now 3 for 3 at the line as well.
Bob, you know, since I'm my age, you just had a birthday. 33 looks pretty young to both of us. I don't know what you're talking about.
It looks very young to the rest of the league, too. Ariza misses from the corner. Hornets lead is 10. Hornets red hot, just under 60%.
There you go.
Jarrett Jack with a steal ahead for Ariza. 2 more for the Bees.
You can turn these guys over.
Hornets are 9 of 13 in the quarter. Bynum answers off the glass.
Got to defend their passing. They look to go over the top. Not the best passes because they're awfully long. There's a lot of air under them.
Double-digit lead of 10. Hornets with the ball, 3 minutes left in the half. Jarrett Jack jumper is short. There was a whistle. It goes against Fisher prior to the shot.
On the Lakers, Derek Fisher hits first.
Aminu comes to the bench. Bellinelli back on the floor. So Jarrett Jack, Marco Bellinelli, Gustavo Ayón, Trevor Ariza, and Chris Kamen, the original starting 5.
Remember how Bellinelli was shooting the ball. He's 2 or 3 from 3. He was shooting the ball well early in the ball game.
Jarrett Jack, world peace on him, but giving him a lot of space. Peace on you. There's Jarrett Jack with the dribble, drive, scoop, and score. 6 for 6 for the Hornet point guard.
Yes, indeed.
12-point lead. Oh, push off by World Peace. Nothing call. It's the second time we've seen that from the Lakers. Kobe, skip pass. Touch pass, Fisher to Bynum. Keeps it off the floor for the moment. Doubled by Jarrett Jack, who fouls him. Timeout on the floor, under 2.5 to go. So far, it's been a perfect start for Jarrett Jack. He's 6 for 6. He's tied with Tourism. Louisiana, pick your passion. So far, Hornets up 12, despite the efforts of Kobe Bryant.
In fact, the Lakers really need the efforts of Kobe Bryant. One of the best guys to ever put on sneak side touch. Kobe Bryant can make jump shots. He's got a lot of things going for him. He can take it inside. Watch this floater. Great timing. And then here he comes baseline. The Mamba strikes you quickly. Now, don't get me wrong. I pull for the Hornets, but I recognize good basketball when I see it. And Kobe Bryant's been playing some pretty good basketball in this league for 16 years. And don't forget, fans, right out of high school. And he was drafted by the then Charlotte Hornets.
13th overall pick in 1996 out of Lower Merion High School in Ardmore, Pennsylvania. He said that he hadn't decided whether he was going to declare for the draft after his junior year until Kevin Garnett went out of high school. That helped him make his decision. Pretty smart decision.
Pretty good decision. I mean, you know, he's climbing the ladder of scores in this league, and he's going to continue to do so. 16 years in the league, 33 years of age.
Do you think he'll finish as the all-time leading scorer?
I think those are the kind of things that's on his mind. He will but it won't last. There's a guy in Oklahoma City named Kevin Durant who will probably catch him.
You think more so than that fella in Miami who also came out of high
Yes,
school?
I do. Yes, I do. I think Kevin Durant will probably, because I think Kevin Durant will take more last shots at the end of the ball game.
No, make more.
Well, and take more.
Here's Kamen. Nice
Yes.
fake. Bynum and finishes. He has 13 and ties for game-high honors.
We talked about the Lakers being 11th in block shots, but their bigs allow you to catch the ball down low, and they're not great leapers. So when you get that good a position like Kamen had, you can use your body and score on.
Ties the largest lead of the night for New Orleans.
Defending the pass. Good
They
stuff.
do well.
Good
And that's
stuff.
a foul on Gasol.
That's what we were calling for earlier. Defend the pass, and it messes everything up that they try to do. And watch the defense on the pass. You're double teaming the pass. A terrible decision that time by Bynum, and Gasol gets the foul. 10
Laker turnovers in the first half. Second foul on Powell.
The first time they played the Grizzlies, although they beat them, Bob, they had 27 turnovers.
7 for 7 start for Jarrett Jack. Game high, 15.
Game on.
The Hornet point guards are 11 for 11. Kobe surrounded, loses it off his
Good
foot.
D.
It is the 11th Lakers turnover.
We talked about pressuring the ball in the backcourt. We thought it would work because one of our keys, and the ball pressure has worked for the Hornets and forcing the turnover, getting the ball back without the Lakers getting a shot.
Second turnover against Kobe. Jarrett Jack can't miss. Give him a blindfold and see if he can still make it. 8 for 8 for Jarrett Jack. He has 17. Under a minute to go, the Hornets with their largest lead, 17. World Peace missing. Try to take it back from Ariza and does. That's off Trevor.
Well, Jarrett Jack shows you the dexterity that he has to pull up jump shot, stop it on a dime, and then 8 straight. He's not stopping at all this one. He's just taking it right to the hoop.
Thomas will check in before the inbound. He'll replace Ione with 50.1 seconds remaining in the half. Kamen and Jack have combined for 30 of the 54 Hornet points. This is Kobe. Ariza slaps it free. Another steal for the Hornets.
Great D, great D.
Ariza gets it back. Feeds Belly. Now Ariza inside the arc. Can't convert. Running up court, Kobe catches it against Jarrett Jack. Jack with a block. Rebound. Gasol misses, but a foul and a tee, both on Kamen. What a block by Jarrett Jack.
I like the effort, though, Bob. I like the effort. This is hustle. Jarrett Jack hustled and said, Kobe, it's not going to be that easy tonight. It's not going to be that easy. Not tonight. I like the effort. I like the effort. You clap your hands, the refs can tee you up.
Jarrett Jack made Kobe look a little closer to 33 on that layup attempt.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Kobe will take the tack. He's at the line after they teed up Kamen. That's his 14th point. Kamen got the technical foul after arguing the foul.
Well, I think he clapped his hands. I think that he probably could have argued that if he not clapped his hands, he might have been okay, Bob.
You know, sometimes you want to get the officials' attention, but not that way.
No.
So Gasol, who was fouled, to the line now for the 2 free throws. Is 0 for 1 so far and makes the first of his 2. He's a 78% shooter. The regular foul on Kamen was his 3rd, so he comes out. Ione replaces him. The Hornets don't have a natural center on the floor. McRoberts will check in for the Lakers. He'll replace Bynum, who has had a miserable first half in many ways. He's had a bunch of turnovers and just 2 of 6 shooting.
Well, the Hornets really do a good job of making them have to make decisions. You brought that out. When he catches and can finish the shot, that's all he has to worry about. He's obviously more effective than when he's got to make decisions.
Gasol a perfect 2 for 2 in that trip. He has 12. He and Bryant have 26 of the 40 LA points. Shot clock turned off. Fisher tips it from Jarrett Jack, but he recovers. Still plenty of time. 10 showing. Jarrett up high. Against the trap. Launches the three. His first miss of the ball game. With two. Kobe with one at the buzzer. No! And Kobe disgusted as he misses the final shot. And the Hornets go to the locker room with a 14-point lead and a standing ovation. Jarrett Jack with a 17-point first half, a block on Kobe, and the Hornets shoot 61%. Victor?
Bob, thanks so much. But Dave Hanna, certainly you seem to have the advantage at the point guard position the way Jarrett and Gravis have been playing in the first half. Your thoughts on their performances?
Well, they're just doing a great job of running the team, getting us in the sets that Monty wants us to be in, and then they're doing a great job running pick and roll.
Comfortable tempo so far. This is a team that played a double overtime game last night. So second half, do you see the pace keeping up to your advantage or trying to keep it that high energy?
Well, we really hope that our guys will push the ball, but then have the sense not to maybe, I guess, over push it if we don't have an advantage. You know, we got to push it, try to run them, but then if we don't have an advantage, pull it out and make them guard us for the whole shot clock.
Nice job of controlling tempo in the first half. Good luck in the second. We appreciate Dave Hanna joining us. Sure, the Lakers come to town with the league's leading scorer in Kobe Bryant and the performance he has done to lead the Lakers so far. But if you thought that the Hornets wouldn't be ready for tonight's performance, well, you don't know Jack, because Jarrett Jack has led the way. Missed one field goal just at the end of the first half, and it's the Hornets up 14 over the Lakers.
Well, Phoenix tonight brought to you by the Louisiana Office of Tourism. Louisiana, pick your passion. Well, the Hornets have a 14-point lead at halftime. Bob Lick along with Gil McGregor. Glad you're back with us. Hornets shoot 62% against the Lakers. That is an opponent's high against the Lakers in the first half, thanks in large part to the Hornet point guards.
Oh, I thought it was that Mike Brown defense. No, the Hornets point guards certainly got together. Barely missed the shot. They played so much better than the point guard contingent from L.A.
All right, Gilbert, let's revisit our Toyota Keys.
But one of the things we talked about was get to the rim. And the Hornets have done that. You see the free throws, they're 4-7. But points in the paint, they are doing a great job, plus 10 there. We said pressure the basketball. 12 LA turnovers to only 7 by the Hornets. And we talked about competing on the boards, a plus 4 rebounds for the Hornets. And that's more than significant because New Orleans is so much smaller than are the LA Lakers. It's now time to take a look at the McGregor Strader, which is presented by Mealy Printing. We're talking straight talk, honest answers, Mealy Printing. I want you to watch the defense. After the screen, Ayon's going to wait right here. But the defense goes down low. They're going to try to help out and double team inside. Because they're inside, they make a mistake, and Ayon is at the free throw line, up and makes the jump shot. That's the pick and the pop, not the pick and the screen, and the Lakers was playing the screen and not the pop.
Hornets won a lot of categories in the first half and held Kobe to 14. I guess it's safe to say they held Kobe to 4 of 10 shooting. Gasol had 12. Bynum just 6. He missed 4 of his 6 shots. For the Hornets, Jarrett Jack was 17, came in with 13. They combined for 30. Vasquez did not miss a shot off the bench. 8 points in 8 minutes of play. Well, your Hornets 5-game flex plan is presented this season by Delta World Tire. You pick the games, you pick the locations, and the price starts as low as $55. Lower bowl options also available. In fact, the first 500 plans purchased will also receive a free oil change courtesy of Delta World Tire. Dial 504-525-HOOP or hop online to Hornets.com and get additional information or order your tickets. Take advantage of the Hornets 5-game flex plan presented by Delta World Tire.
Bob, in this half, it's going to be the extra Hornet pass and free throw shooting that's going to have a lot to do with it, because expect a little more aggression from the Lakers on defense. They're going to try to trap and come out and double team. That's where the Hornets make that extra pass and get easier baskets.
Heyman bobbles, recovers, misses short, as the Lakers get a stop on the Hornets' first possession of the second half.
But they're going to come out, the Lakers, they have to try to be more aggressive, and they may speed themselves up more than they need to on offense.
See how much they have in the tank.
That's another thing. And when they start to play harder, will last night start to bother them.
Kobe tried to recover it, turnover. It was out of bounds.
We talked about if they start to speed up the play, with the double overtime last night and the way they turned the ball over anyway, it could be playing right into the Hornets' hands.
Already 13 Laker turnovers. Hornets had 11 points on their first 12.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And it's not so much just the points. The 11 points not bad, but there's 12 opportunities the Lakers don't get to score. That's what's so important about those 12 turnovers.
Kobe had 10 shots in the first half. That's a low total for him. Came and tried a jump feed, intercepted by Fisher. Fisher goes the distance. Oh my. High arcing layup plus a foul.
Well, we talked about him in the first half. He, of all the Lakers, including Kobe, has the motor that can keep going even when people are tired. Derek Fisher has a lot of my respect in terms of his statesmanship to represent the Players Association with the owners and the way he plays the game.
Playing in his 538th consecutive game, leading all current NBA players. He finishes the three-point play for his 6th point. He's had 9 straight single-digit scoring games coming into tonight.
Hey, he's not a great scorer. Again, we talk about what the Lakers miss. They miss having a great scorer other than Kobe.
There's Ariza's dribble drive. Ione feeds belly for the fall away.
Extra pass. Because you want to catch the Lakers in rotation. They're going to try to come out so aggressive on the first and second pass, and the third pass should be an open shot.
Gustavo Ione with 3 assists, 1, or rather 2 shy of his career high. He's only had 1 bucket, so he's contributing in other ways.
Great block.
Blocked by Ariza.
Great block.
As he blocked it from behind, Gasol hit the deck. Hornets 4-on-4 opportunity. Jarrett Jack. After making his first 8 shots tonight, he's missed his last 2. And the Lakers control. Here's Kobe.
Well, you want to push it, but you want to make sure you get a good look after you push it.
World peace for 3, air ball.
I'll live with that.
The 10th Lakers attempt. Belly fakes from 3. Now feeds Ione. Baseline jumper.
Good movement of the basketball by the Hornets.
And the Bees are back up by 15. There's Kobe cutting to the hoop, and he's held. Foul on New Orleans.
Trevor Ariza taking advantage of being behind the offensive player, not knowing he's there. Reach over the top. Gasol puts the ball over his head. Trevor goes and gets it. All ball. Nice defense. That should be a block and a steal, actually.
Hornets' 5th block. Ariza also has 2 steals tonight. Nice pocket pass by Bryant. Gasol feeding world peace. 3 on the clock. His fall away, good. And another world peace with his first basket of the ball game.
And that's interesting because he can hurt you. He makes shots sometimes you don't expect, and he takes shots sometimes that he shouldn't.
Really struggled offensively this season, averaging 5.8 points per game. Came and throws it away after Gasol ran at his jump shot.
You got to take that shot. You got to take that shot. You can't turn that into a pass. Everybody's going to rebound.
Bynum going high-low with his fellow 7-footer, and another Hornet foul. This one's on Ione, and it is his 3rd. It's the team's 3rd, and we're just a little more than 3 minutes into the half.
That concerns you a bit.
First of a back-to-back for the Hornets. Wizards in town tomorrow night. Here is Pau Gasol. Came up short. Tapped in by Bynum. There's that length. First he got rebounding position, and then that length.
Well, I was going to say the jump shot came up short, and then we came up a little short. Because they're so much taller than we are.
Many teams do against Bynum and Gasol. Here is Kaman. Jump feed to Jarrett. And Jack starts a new streak. Game high 19th point.
Extra pass. But the extra pass also slows the game down, which is the rhythm that the Hornets probably want to play.
13 assists on the 27 made Hornet field goals. Here's Kobe rolling to the hoop in a relatively unscathed layup.
Well, when he gets past the first line of defense, he makes it difficult for the second line to get it. Nice right backhanded, Trevor.
Ariza answering with his 2nd field goal after Kobe got his 16th.
Let Kobe know you got to get back and play some D. You can't just make layups and sashay down the court.
If anybody should know how to defend Kobe, it's his former teammate Ariza. There's Kobe charging down the lane for his 18th point. I don't care how often you played him in practice, it's still not the same as meeting him in a game.
No, that's true, but the question still has to be asked. How much is left from last night? He played a lot of minutes.
I asked that question. Ariza had it blocked by Kobe, and here's Derek Fisher. The answer I got is that Kobe always plays with a full tank.
Okay, but we'll see. If he starts taking it upon himself to just be the offensive guy, it looks like he needs some help.
Gasol with a jump left hook. Through for two, and Monty with an immediate timeout call. Three different Lakers starters in double digits, including Kobe, who has 18 on 6 of 12 shooting. Clear path to the bucket as the Lakers have telecast tomorrow night right here at the Hive. JaVale McGee, John Wall, and the Washington Wizards in town for their only visit this season. Join us for Hornets tonight. Victor Howell gets you going with Hornets tonight at 6:30 tomorrow. As usual, that'll get us going. And as usual, Gil and I follow at 7 o'clock for the call. Bees and the Wizards here on CST. John Wall, one of the better young point guards in the NBA. I'm sure he's rooting for his Kentucky Wildcats, as tomorrow's also the start of an interesting tournament. A lot of people around the world follow. Hornets basketball. Monty Williams calling the timeout after Gasol's hook shot. Lakers have closed it to 9. Hornets once led by 17 here. And there's another Hornet turnover. The exchange not clean. Bryant in transition drops that one in. He has 20 to lead all scorers. And Monty can only hope that Kobe's not about to get going.
Well, but if the turnovers are going to occur, then you're helping him to get going. You're not giving him the opportunity to have to make a mistake, because he's going to make layups now. I mean,
Kobe poked that free, but it went right to Jarrett Jack, who feeds Kaman. He can't convert. The Lakers are within 7.
Probably got to be good shots. You got to take good shots. Don't give them more opportunities than they deserve. Make them have to earn it.
Bynum feeds Fisher. Fisher feeds Bynum, who goes to Gasol. We saw that at the top of this ball game. And big to big, that is 3 dimes for Bynum. And I think they've all been to Gasol.
You got to defend the pass.
Lakers on a 14-4 run. Jarrett Jack can do nothing about it. Here comes Fisher pushing the issue. Belly stays in front of him. The 3 ball, making a 2 ball, no. Gasol trying to dangerous pass in traffic, and the Hornets pick it off. Jarrett Jack. Kobe nearly fouling Belly, if you ask the paying officials here, he did. Young with a jump feed to Jarrett Jack. 8 to shoot. Belly for 3. Won't stay down, and Bynum has his 11th board. He averages 12.5 a game. World Peace finding Kobe. Bellinelli on Kobe. World Peace underneath. It's slapped free, but a whistle foul. They got Jarrett Jack. That's his 3rd, and it's the 4th on the Hornets.
But we talked about you've got to really put your hands and get in the face of those passes. They're just too big. They throw it right over the top, one to the other. Not a hard pass, easy to catch, and they finish. Lakers
1 Hornet foul away from the bonus. Lakers have no team fouls with 5:05 left. World Peace missing the first of 2. What do you think's going on with Meta World Peace's offense this season? Is it just simply no triangle offense, or is there more to it?
Well, I think, I don't, first of all, he's never been a great offensive player. That's not what got him his reputation. World Peace hasn't been what got his reputation either. But I think more than anything else, when you talk about people getting a little bit older, I think age would play a lot into it. He's just not that adept at being an offensive star.
32-year-old in his 13th season out of St. John's. Missed the 2 free throws. Lakers have outscored the Hornets by 9 in the 3rd to get back to it in 5.
And you make a great point, too, about the new offense. I mean, this is more of an offense where you got to work to get your own.
Kaman's fall away in traffic.
Nice rhythm to that. He had a really nice turn to the baseline and nice rhythm to the jump shot.
15 and 7 for Kaman. Hornets had missed 4 in a row prior to Kamen's delivery there. With under 4.5 to play, a collision between Bellinelli and Fisher. And Monty Williams says that that's because of the way Fisher went into Marco Bellinelli. Debating. It's a one-person debate, however.
Well, and then Fisher, he's smart enough to flop when it's just situations like, well, he's just going to, oh my gosh, I'm about to fall on the floor. I can't straighten up.
And Monty was arguing that Fisher went in with the left forearm. Of course he caused the contact.
Does. He does that all the time. That's how he plays. He's a very heady basketball player.
So that foul, only the first on Bellinelli, but it is the 15th foul on the Hornets with under 4.5 to go. Bonus time for the Lakers as Fisher heads to the line for the second time.
Well, again, an experienced team. They know all the tricks and getting to the free throw line and one of the better tricks for winning.
Fisher, 2 for 2 at the line tonight, has one more coming. Been just a tremendous clutch player in Lakers history.
Oh, yeah.
Regular season and postseason. 5 championships under his name. Now has 8 points on only 4 shots.
Played with a lot of Lakers. A lot of teammates.
5-point Hornets lead. Lakers have shaved 12 off the deficit. Kaman pitch out Vasquez. 5 to shoot. Working against World Peace. And the weak side rebound belongs to Kobe. 4 minutes to play in the third.
Wasn't a bad look for a shot, but I don't think that's what Vasquez really wanted, so.
Kobe delivers to Bynum. Highlight of the night.
Well, you got to stop his penetration. You can't let him bring it in that close to the lane because he can get an easy pass to the bigs.
Second dime for Kobe. 12 points for Bynum, as you see. Big double-double. His club leading 29th of the season. Here's Thomas. Delivers to the line.
That's a good pass.
It was a 12-2 Los Angeles Lakers run before the Thomas jump shot. This is Bryant. He's on Kobe, picked off by Gasol. Has to stay with him. A World Peace for 3. And the weak side board belongs to Thomas. And giving it into the hands of Vasquez. Here's Belly. Blow by on Fisher. Baker's good. Hornets by 7. Timeout, Mike Brown.
Outstanding play because the Lakers didn't get back.
68-61 Hornets. It was once a 17-point advantage, and Monty Williams can just shake his head because the veteran Lakers making it tough.
They've cut that in half now and want to trail by 7. Welcome back courtside here at the Hive. I'm Victor Howell. One of the reasons why is because of the good work that Kobe Bryant is having. He had 14 at the break for the Lakers. He now has 20 to lead all scorers in the ballgame. You see him drive the lane here. There's the crossover dribble back through the lane and the up and under for Kobe Bryant. 6 so far in the quarter with 2:59 to go. Let's take a look at his bucket chart. It's brought to you by your hometown KFC, and you see where Kobe Bryant 7 of 13 for tonight's ball game so far. 2 of 5 from the three-point line. He is also 4 of 4 from the free throw line. There you see the X's kind of spread out all around the outside, but Kobe, despite the 2 that he's hit from the outside, finding most of his success, guys, getting into the lane on those drives.
Victor, last night, 34 points in the double overtime win in Memphis. It took him 25 shots to accomplish that. Much more efficient so far this evening.
And we talk about the triangle offense. What did it mean for Kobe? Probably he's less of a facilitator. What he wants to do is just go into the bigs and let them do their thing in the triangle. He got the ball a lot earlier and made more decisions.
Murphy on the floor. Passes to Gasol. They just continue to bring 6'10", 6'11", 7 feet guys on off that bench. Here's Kobe for 3 and out. Gasol offensive rebound.
That you can't give him. You cannot give him any second chance.
Offensive foul. Foul Gasol.
But once they get the rebound, now you see Gasol and trying to force his way for a low post. He did the swim move to clear out, like the backstroke. You can't do that. You can't dislodge your defender by lifting your foot off the floor or making him lift his off the floor.
Third foul on Gasol. There's Belly, catch and shoot. And Gasol with his 7th rebound. Here's Blake. For a second, I thought he was going to throw all the way up court. He does not. Gasol, the trailer on the play, holds on to it at the key. Thomas now off the switch has Kobe, and off the pass, a foul against Vasquez.
Foul on the Hornets, Reyes Vasquez.
The Lakers will shoot. They've been in the bonus since about the 4.5-minute mark of this third quarter.
And the Hornets just not getting to the line. You know, 7 attempts tonight, 4 makes.
They have not attempted a free throw in this quarter. Talking about New Orleans. Gasol makes the first of his 2. The Lakers, 13 of 18. Jared Jack on the bench right now. Still leads the Hornets with 19. And Gasol got them both. Very good free throw shooter for a big guy, 78%.
You're a smart big guy. You're going to get fouled a lot if you're big, so learn to shoot free throws. Help yourself out.
Nice screen by Ariza for Vasquez. Now they're trying to battle for position. And Blake cut in front of Trevor. Got the interception. Threw an alley-oop up for Kobe. Didn't want to have anything to do with it. He did catch it, but he was on the floor when he did so. And another offensive foul on the Lakers. No, he stepped out of bounds.
Maybe you see the Lakers getting a little flustered in terms of trying to speed it up and make passes where there are none. They've got plenty of time, and if you're the Hornets, what you want them to do, you get a little hurried.
I'm sure Kobe will say something to Blake about the alley-oop try, if he hasn't already. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Whistle. It's against the Lakers. It's against Barnes.
Matt Barnes is a little bit of an enforcer. He doesn't want Bellinelli to get an opportunity to get open, so put a little body on him.
And watching Derek Fisher, huh?
Yeah.
14 on the recycled shot clock. Hornets front court right.
Not a bad thing to do, Derek Fisher's a good guy to watch.
Thomas off the inbounds. Back to Ariza. Thomas battling, but Barnes ends up with a board. It's a 5-point game under 90 seconds left in the third. Barnes looking for Bynum. Kamen defends. Defensive 3-second violation on Ariza. Technical free throw coming up for Kobe. And then the Lakers will get it sideline out.
You know, and that's a call that you wonder how refs interpret it. Does he interpret it that you're not getting out or you haven't gotten out in time?
Kobe's 21st point.
We'll find Trevor. Trevor's on the low block now. Is he determining Trevor, to me, he was just getting into the lane. I think Trevor's a little surprised that, you know, I wasn't parked. I wasn't just standing there. I was going to find someone to defend if they ever cut.
Another whistle and a foul against the Hornets. Vasquez demonstrative in his protest, and better be careful because Tom Washington glared at him. Almost could have had a second technical.
Graves is saying, you know, I get to fight for my own rights here now.
Considering what they've allowed, that's a little bit weak perhaps.
And what players want, we've talked about it before, they just want consistency. Call it the same way every time, both ways. And then they can adjust.
The Lakers have made as many free throws in this quarter as the Hornets have attempted in this game. They're 16 of 22. The Hornets have not attempted a free throw in the quarter. They're just 4 of 7 for the night.
That's a little disturbing.
Very. Hornets lead reduced to 3. It was once 17. Kamen back down on Bynum. No double. Jump right hook is short. Blake, who was hedging, got the rebound under a minute to go.
Didn't get a chance to finish that shot. Didn't get a chance to step into it.
Kobe. Key line delivers to Barnes for 3. Uh-oh. We have our 6th tie. It's our first since the first half. Lakers' 4th triple.
Well, just stay solid, remain calm. You know they make a run. They are the Lakers.
Vasquez gives the Hornets the lead back.
Stay calm and stay solid. No big deal.
Gravis off the bench for 10. 20 seconds left. 4-second difference on the clock. Kobe controls above the hash. Doesn't use Bynum's screen. Skip pass to Blake. Ball fake baseline. And we're tied at 70. 6.9 to go. Here comes Vasquez to the front court. Kobe defends. Here's Ariza. Gotta let go of the shot. And it's nicely defended by the Lakers. And we are tied through 3 as the Lakers overcome a 14-point halftime deficit. The Bees have had help from many different sources. Ariza on both ends. Monty loved it for a while. Now the danger zone. 12 minutes to play at home. Tied at 70 against the Lakers. Time for our game recap tonight from the High, brought to you by Rouse's Markets. Rouse's Markets, buy fresh, buy local. Hornets were buying anything that Jarrett Jack and Gravis Vasquez did so far tonight. A combined 29 points. They've only missed 4 shots. As far as points in the paint, Lakers only had 18 of those in the first half. They had 16 in the third. That's a problem. And Kobe's been a problem. A dunk, 2 of his game high, 21, as the Lakers battle back from 14 points down at halftime, Gil, and we're tied at 70.
Well, the Hornets have been creating some turnovers in third quarter, not so much. They've really got to continue to defend the Lakers passing, cause the Lakers to turn the ball over, then get out and run, and hopefully get to the free throw line from time to time themselves.
Lakers shot 65% from the field in the third, and they also took the only free throws in the third. Kobe misses his first shot of the fourth, and Vasquez and the Hornets have it now.
Aminu was a long cover on Kobe, so he didn't have a clear look at that jump shot. There's that aggressive trap.
So Vasquez reverses field and draws the foul as he drives to the hoop. And the Hornets about to take a free throw for the first time since the first half.
Here comes the aggressive trap, and Vasquez gets an opportunity to force the issue. Good to see him get to the line.
Last time the Hornets shot a free throw tonight, 9:28 of the second quarter. That is the 8th attempt of the night.
9:28, I thought you were talking, it was in September. Seems so long ago.
Yes, it does. Mike Brown shouts out instructions to his team. About to get the ball back after Vasquez's second free throw. Gravis now with 12 and 14 minutes off the bench. And the Hornets retake the lead.
Put a little pressure on their ball handlers because they've mishandled it a lot in the first half anyway.
This is Kobe. This time using Bynum's screen. Murphy feeds Bynum in the post. He's defended there by Foot. Kobe ends up with the ball. Misses the 3. Here's Vasquez again.
That's the same as a turnover. Good defense.
Offensive foul, turns it right back to LA. And Monty Williams says, what did you see that I didn't?
Well, you force a long shot and the Hornets start coming out. And
It's
then
on Foot.
you're not paying attention to Jeff Foot and going down the court. Defense waiting on him and you didn't see him.
Monty debating that the defender never stopped and just kind of stepped in front of Foot. So it's back-to-back turnovers here. There's a rejection out of bounds by Foot.
That's a strong move. You know, they try to get Barnes underneath, and there's Foot. That's a really good defensive play.
In just his 4th ever NBA game. Kobe against Belly. Around Bynum's screen. Keeps possession. Leans in. And Aminu with the rebound. Kobe frustrated.
Great D.
Here's Gravis. Transition. Trey! Got it! What a game for Gravis Vasquez. 15 points on 6 of 7 shooting.
But 2 pretty good stops by the Hornets to get them an opportunity to get that lead back.
Bynum doubled. Kick out. Blake. 3-ball. Rebound Jarrett Jack. Jarrett races to the front court. Feeds Vasquez. Passes up the 3. Belly has to move around after an errant pass. Jack control, still 8 on the clock. 2 minutes into the fourth. Here's Jared Jack driving on Barnes, falling away, no. Loose ball foul, Los Angeles Lakers. Gravis buried the tray. Thomas and company say, oh yeah, we've got the lead at home against LA. Sideline out for the Hornets, a non-shooting foul.
With 2 good defensive plays, 2 man defensive plays to get the ball back to get that lead.
We played 2 minutes here in the fourth. Blake goes over the screen. Vasquez with the drive and the handoff and the finish by Aminu. Vasquez playing one of his best games.
Yes. His head's in the game, and he's playing really tough.
7-0 New Orleans run. Bynum goes high-low again. And Gasol finishes. That, I would not, if I were the Lakers, I would not stop going to that play. It's been their most effective play tonight.
Well, but it's also the play that got the Hornets the lead because they were ineffective with it for a while, turning it over. But you're right, until other teams stopped it, I'm going to do it.
His foot, jump left hook is rejected and in fact caught by Bynum. That's a welcome to the NBA block.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Barnes underneath, Bynum will go to the line, foot fouled him.
Well, you talk about Gravis Vasquez having such a fine game, keeping his head up, keeping the ball alive, and a nice little layup to Al-Farouq Aminu, who puts it in. And this is foot, got a little something for you. Yep, I'm a big guy. He's going to make more than one move to get around me. More than one.
Yeah, he said, get that Ivy League hook out of here for the time being.
I went to with James Brown. You got to get on the good foot.
He's played well. He had his own rejection on the other end. And
Very big one.
Foot comes to the bench after giving Kaman a nice breather. It's not easy. It's not easy stepping into the league. And, you know, he came in and he played 24 minutes after being with the club for 10 hours on the last road trip. He did a great job on that trip.
Hey, Bob, there's only 450 of these good guys for a reason. Yes. This is not the easiest thing to do.
Lakers reduce the deficit to 3. Aminu hands off to Jarrett. Back to Al-Farouq. No. And Barnes with the rebound. It's a one-possession game under 9 minutes to play.
Tighten up on your D. Tighten up on your D.
Kobe's lob caught by Gasol and fouled by Aminu. So we have a break in the action. Lakers ball when we return. Off the bench, Gravis has been great. That's G-R-E-I-T, a 3, and the fans just loving it here at the Hive. Bees by 3.
Down in the quarter, New Orleans up by 3 as we welcome you back here at the Hive. And it's time now to, with the Lakers in town, to go back a little bit in time for our Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment, because we have a question for Bob McGill. Was this one of the best in time ever for the Hornets? We're going to take it back to 06. Yeah, the Hornets were facing the Lakers, and Speedy Claxton is going to find Kirk Snyder, and Kirk Snyder is going to greet Von Wafer with what might be the best dunk in Hornets history. Take another look at this one. Up and over Von Wafer in a game that the Hornets would beat the Lakers with some authority. Bob and Gil, I'm sure you guys remember that play. Is that the highlight dunk in Hornets franchise history?
It was, I think, in terms of what he did, but not necessarily of when he did it.
Well, for me, it's one of the two. You know what they say, Vic, everything sits on the Ritz, but that time you had him sitting on a wafer.
Oh, boy. Here's Gasol underneath, almost lost, and he did. Kaman with a steal. So the Hornets up 3 with under 8.5 to play. Ione back on the floor following the timeout. Belly beating Jarrett Jack. Now Belly comes up short, tries to follow his own miss. It was a collision, no whistle, and Barnes ends up with it. This is Bynum, looked like he may have traveled. The hook shot, no, and the foul. So Bynum picks up his second. 3 team fouls on LA. We've played almost 4 minutes of the fourth. Belly comes out, Ariza in.
Well, Marco Bellinelli, the jump shooter, he can catch and shoot, but Ariza can also. But also, Ariza can put it on the floor and make his own shot.
Jared Jack's pass, an errant one. The Hornets catch a break. It's off Kobe, out of bounds next to the Lakers bench.
Be solid with the ball. First order of business.
Ariza went one way, the pass went the other, but Kobe was also heading the other direction. So the Hornets have it, 15 to shoot. Pick and roll. Jared Jack, Chris Kaman feeds Ione. And the loose ball foul is going to go against Aminu.
I mean, not bad plays, but it's not what they're looking for. The Hornets aren't getting what they want and not comfortable with what they get.
Leading scorer tonight, Kobe Bryant, with 21 in 36 minutes of play. Less than 24 hours after 52 minutes in the double overtime game in Memphis last night. Kobe's got it against Ariza. Ariza stays over Gasol's screen. Ione helps out, hounding Kobe, who feeds Gasol. Kaman with a rebound, saves it to Ione.
Gasol so concerned about trying to make sure he got the shot off, he pushes off and misses the shot.
Kaman's playing at a very high level. Here's Aminu, spins around Kobe and scores! Oh my!
What a move, what a move out Farouk.
Aminu off the pine for 6. Hornets lead is 5. Barnes, deflected pass, reaches Kobe. Kobe in traffic, shovels it off the square and in. How did he get that off?
Yeah, who knows how to use the backboard, finds the square, gets a little bit of luck.
5th all-time scorer in the history of the league, has 23 to lead everybody tonight. Jared Jack has 21. 5-point Hornet lead, nearing the halfway mark here at the Hive.
How big would a stop be?
Huge. Here's Bynum, banks it in, plus the foul, 3-point opportunity.
Well, Al-Farouq Aminu getting his opportunity, play a little defense on Kobe, and now to spin and take it right down the baseline. And then Kobe Bryant says, I'm under the basket, can I find the shot? Oh yeah, I can find the shot, I'll make one. And this is the big fella. Andrew Bynum, he's young, he's big, difficult to contain.
And you could see the look on Kaman's face. Didn't get the shot block, got his 4th foul. It's also the Hornets' 4th team foul. Foul's becoming an issue now as Bynum's 3-point play closes it to 2, and look at the discrepancy at the line.
Well, that's how the Lakers won the ball game last night in Memphis. Memphis went 5 times to the line, made 5 free throws. The Lakers made 23.
This is Ariza. Backing down Fisher. Up and under along the baseline, plus a foul.
I'm sorry, the Lakers made 28 last night. Great move by Trevor, not giving up. We've seen some strong moves underneath. We saw Al-Farouq do it. We saw Kobe do it. Now we see Trevor get it done too. That's a reason to smile.
Certainly is.
I love it.
Thank you, Larry Lane, the sign man here
Sign
at
of the
New Orleans
times,
Arena.
huh? Sign of the times.
Halfway through the 4th, Ariza answers Bynum's 3-point play with his own. He has 7, and the Hornets back up by 5.
Tough it out. Tough it out.
This is Gasol looking for Bynum. Hornets denied. Fisher uses Gasol's screen. Key, line, lane, lobs it up in and out, no good. Gasol tips, no. Rebound fought for. Ariza saves it high in the air. Batted by Fisher to Gasol to Bynum. Are you kidding me? What a play.
Well, you can't get stuck on that play that's so big. Just go come back and get the points back.
I tell you, Fisher, it just makes plays.
He's just a special kind of a guy.
Here's Kaman off the Ione feed. Lays it in.
Get it back. Just get the basket back. That's what you do. Good stuff.
17-9 for Chris Kaman tonight. Hornets again by 5. 5 minutes to play in regulation. World Peace with the ball. Aminu defends. No space. Feeds Bynum. Turns the corner. Lays it in.
Wow. That's a tough shot right there. That's a tough shot, Bob.
Bynum's coming off his season-best 37 points last night. He has 21 this season.
Well, they're not making a secret. They just want to go down to him, and that's what Kobe said do. Late game, just give it to the big fella.
He is a much better offensive player this season.
Well, he's a big guy. He's got the size, and you want to go to him, get the ball to him, and let him finish. He's good enough to finish.
Timeout on the floor. Hornets by 3. There was Bynum doing the reverse for 21 on the night. 3-point Hornet lead, 4.5 left to play, and time for our power play of the game, brought to you by Entergy. Entergy, the power of people.
Sometimes you got to power pass people, and you might not be able to put it over the rim with the dunk, but Al Farouk Amino, the power pass, the spin, the lay-in, 6 points off the bench, 6 off the bench is 31. That's powerful, Al Farouk. Like the way you're getting it done.
He's also had a steal tonight in extended floor time. 21 minutes thus far. He has been playing much better after really hitting a rut before the last road trip.
Well, you know, the young player has to learn, you know, you defend, you rebound, and you score. Sometimes you think I just got to score to stay on the floor, but those other two things will keep you on the floor so you can score.
Al Farouk, the youngest of the Hornets at 21 years of age. Former teammates Ariza and Kobe catching up on family and things.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Free throw by Jarrett Jack after the defensive 3-second violation was called against Andrew Bynum prior to the last timeout. So the Hornets up by 4. And have 14 to work with now off the sideline out of bounds. Jarrett Jack's had a fine game. His 9th 20-point game as a Hornet this season. Jarrett Jack, fall away. Won't stay in.
That's a tough shot.
World Peace with the rebound. That is his first rebound of the game. Incredible. Now he works it to Kobe. Kobe watches Ariza fly by. Feeds World Peace for 3. It's his second field goal. It's a huge one. Cuts the Hornet lead to 1.
Well, we talked about him and what he can do, as you mentioned, 1 rebound. So he hadn't helped him there, but now he knocks in a big 3.
But no rebounds, no steals prior to that last time out. Here is Jarrett Jack for 2. 24 for J. Jack. They will probably review that in the next timeout. See whether it's 2 or 3.
Jarrett Jack has got nerves of steel.
He is 11 of 16 tonight.
He got nerves of steel.
This is Fisher for 3. Weak side board, Bynum.
Got to get that board.
Bynum looks on Kaman. Left-hand banker, too hard. Got his own miss. Bynum goes back up with the left hand. Bynum has 23. He has tied Kobe for team high honors.
That's the board you got to get. You can't let him have that.
This is Kaman with the left hand. No. Rebound Gasol. This is Kobe, head down against Aminu. And it's poke free, Ariza. Hornets on a 4-on-4 break and a foul. A hard foul underneath and deep. 2:42 to play. Jarrett Jack showing you 3 goggles. Is this a 3-ball? Let's see it, Jarrett. Oh yeah, 3 goggles, 24 points.
Hornets basketball on CST was brought to you by 7-Up. Be yourself. Be refreshing. Be 7-Up. By Chevron. Chevron with Techron. Care for your car. By Cox. Your friend in the digital age. By Entergy. The power of people. By KFC. Come in today and taste why fresh is better. And by Ochsner. Healthcare with peace of mind.
Before the last time out, Jarrett Jack's long jumper was called a 2. They reviewed it with our producer Scott Snyder in the CST truck, and that's what they saw. The tip of the toe on the 3-point arc. And so Jarrett Jack's long jumper only counted for 2, so I guess we call them 2 goggles right now, Jarrett. I'm sorry. Your number on your jersey. Jarrett to the line. And gets the first of his two. He has 25 points to lead all scorers tonight. He started 8 of 8. Couldn't have gotten any better than that.
Well, and his 4 games been really good too, Bob.
He also has 5 assists, 0 turnovers.
That's what I mean about his 4 games being so good. No turnovers.
He has 26. He's 1 shy of his season high. Hornets have not had a 30-point scorer this season. Maybe tonight's the night. 91-88.
I'll be all right with that. That'd be good for me. I can deal with it.
Here's Fisher.
We want stops now, though. We need stops and rebounds. Stops and rebounds.
This is Kobe. Ariza trying to smother him. Help from Ione. Off the switch. A little push off by Kobe. Launches the 3. Barely catches iron. Out of bounds to the Hornets. Bellinelli telling official Trey Maddox, "You pushed off on me."
He's saying I got elbowed in my chin. Not exactly pushed off. He said I got elbowed.
Kobe missed the shot. He's 8 of 19. Here's Ione working on Bynum. Brings it away from the 7-footer. This is Ariza ducking under. He got past Kobe. Off the miss. Kaman follows it in.
Rebounds. Offensive rebound. That's a big one.
5th offensive rebound of the night for New Orleans. Kaman with another double-double, his club-leading 12th. This is Kobe. This is Bynum. No! Jared Jack ends up with it for New Orleans. 1:38 to go.
Stops and rebounds, what we talked about. The Hornets got the stop, Hornets got the board.
Trying to make it a 3-possession game, and the fans on their feet here at the High. Jared Jack directing traffic. 80 seconds to go. He'll pull off. No! Rebound challenged by Ione, but Fisher ends up with it. And the Lakers have the ball. It's a 5-point game. Watch out for the 3. World Peace fake from 3. This is Gasol for 3. That one's out of bounds off Kaman, probably in shock that Gasol was taking the 3.
Kobe was in shock because he was clapping for the ball. He wanted the ball. See, I think it's why Kobe wants them to run a specific system. With what they do now, anybody can end up taking the shot, and they did.
Under a minute to go. Ariza deflects the inbounds pass away from Kobe into his bench.
Kobe popped him to get open. Kobe knows all the tricks. Watch this. How do you get open, Kobe? Pop him and get open. That's how you get open.
4.4 seconds to play. Or rather, on this. Beat LA, the chant in New Orleans. There's Bynum. Bynum closes the gap to 3.
What a shot. That's a pretty good shot, big fella.
Hornets ball. Hornets lead. 45 seconds left. Jared Jack. Keeps the ball. Crosses over World Peace. Has it rejected off the drive. Gasol was there. Bynum in the neighborhood. Half minute to play. 1-possession game. Here's Kobe. Feeds Gasol. Gets it back. 12 to shoot. Kobe fouled by Ione on a 3-point attempt. He'll most likely get 3 threes. He will. Ione picking up his 3rd. Here's another look.
We talk about how cagey Kobe is. You never want to foul a jump shooter. Ione's trying to pull his arms back in. He sticks his hands out. He's trying to pull them back in a little too late. But maybe Kobe won't make all 3 of them, Bob.
Kobe's 5 for 5 at the line tonight. The Lakers 19 for 25.
I'm just saying.
He needs all 3 for a tie. He has 23 points. He has 24. It's a 2-point game.
That was a little shaky for him.
I was kind of hoping he'd come out with the black mask tonight, the one that bothered him so much.
Me too, because he looked like the Hamburglar.
That one doesn't seem to be giving him much trouble at all. Easy for me to say. Here's the second of 3 free throws for Kobe. 1-point game at 92 and 93. Kobe's going to try to tie it on this one. Kobe is 7 for 7 at the line. The Hornets as a team just 10 of 13.
Be careful that he doesn't try to miss it and get the rebound and stick it back.
Kobe eyes it, arches it. We are tied at 93. Timeout New Orleans with 19.3 seconds remaining. This will be a full timeout for Monty and company. Tied at 93, let's check in with Victor Howell.
Bob, remember, we were tied at 70 after 3, so let's take it back to what's been an unbelievable fourth quarter, starting with a 7-0 personal run that Gravis Vasquez went on. A 2-pointer, then this 3-pointer. He was followed up with another 2-pointer, 77-70. Then Al-Farouq Amino, the spin drive, past Kobe, the shot over Pau Gasol, 79-74. But back comes the Mamba, the pump fake, the up and under, and the crazy spin off the glass makes it 81-76. Then Andrew Bynum just throwing his weight around and his size. The offensive opportunities on this crazy play. Trevor Ariza with the save. Derek Fisher to Gasol, who throws it to the rim, and Bynum with the dunk. It's 84-81, but not to be outdone. Jared Jack comes back. Gil McGregor telling you just how confident he was with that steal jump shot, 89-86. How about the offensive putback by Chris Kaman? This would give him a double-double, 19 points, 10 boards, and then down the stretch. No surprise, Kobe has the ball. Fouled on the 3-pointer. He hits all 3 free throws. Now the question is, with 19 seconds left, and the Hornets have the ball, guys, who has the ball in his hands down the stretch with a shot to win it?
That is a great question that I will toss over to my partner.
Well, you know what? I really like what we've been seeing offensively from Jared Jack. But, you know, it's going to be a lot of big guys in there. But if he can get into the lane, you're going to have people on the wings. Vasquez has shown his jump shot looks pretty good. Marco can always knock one in. But I'd like to see dribble in and dish out. Drive and dish is what I hope to see.
Here's your game reset. Both teams in the bonus. Both teams have 2 20s. The Lakers have an additional full timeout. 19.3 seconds left. It'll be Ariza, the trigger man. On the floor, Kaman, Vasquez, Jack, and Bellinelli. Jarrett Jack has 7 of his team-high 26 in this fourth quarter. He's gone 11 of 18 tonight, including an 8-for-8 start tonight. Let's see who gets the ball. Hornets and Lakers tied at 93. Shot clock turned off. Vasquez with the ball. Barnes in front of him. 12 to play. Vasquez directs. At the center circle, 8 seconds to play. Vasquez to Kaman. Jumper, no! Rebound tipped away from Bynum. It's Lakers ball. 2.1 seconds to play. The Lakers will call a full timeout. Kaman had the open look from the wing. It wouldn't go down, and the rebound was tipped out of bounds by New Orleans. The Lakers have 2.1 seconds to avoid overtime.
Well, he certainly got the look. The ball's in Vasquez, and he had Kaman at the right nail. Chris hadn't had a jump shot in a while, Bob. You know, he was making some earlier in the game, but it's been a while since he's had a look.
And then Ariza tapped it out of Bynum's hands and out of bounds. So the Lakers will have the ball when play resumes. The obvious choice is, Kobe, if you're New Orleans, do you just try to make somebody else beat you?
Well, for me, the obvious choice isn't Kobe. The obvious choice is to pass over the top again, big to big, if you can. I know Kobe's going to have the ball, but they've gone inside so effectively, Bob. I'd worry about those big guys on the back line.
Kobe tonight, 8 of 19, 2 of 8 from 3, 8 of 8 at the line. His 26 points ties Jarrett Jack for game-high scoring honors. Kobe Bryant is one of the great all-time finishers in the history of this league. 16 times in his career he's had the game-winning shot in regulation or in overtime, and he has an opportunity to add to that total. 2.1 seconds to go. The Hornets will bring Aminu off the bench to help as a longer, more athletic defender. It'll be interesting to see whether it's Ariza or Aminu or a combination on Kobe.
But what I want to see, the Hornets forget about the fact that they did not score. The deal is to stop the Lakers from scoring and let overtime give you a chance to win. Forget about the fact you didn't score. Defend, defend.
World Peace will be inbounding just to our right. Aminu will be in front of him. Kobe is defended by Ariza. He's fighting to get the ball. Looking, skip pass, finds Kobe. Here's his jumper. No good! We have overtime in New Orleans. World Peace did find Kobe. A skip pass into the far corner. He got a decent look. Kobe can't deliver. And the Lakers and Hornets will play 5 extra minutes.
Well, World Peace is passing to Kobe. I think Bynum wanted the ball. I saw Fisher go to World Peace to stop him from saying something to somebody as they walk off the court. But good defense. Kobe Bryant, the guy you talked about, had a chance to win another one, but this time he didn't.
The Hornets will play their 3rd overtime game of the season. They have lost their 2 previous extra period affairs. The last one was against Indiana on the road. What a battle we had. Hornets once up 17, and the Lakers essentially force overtime. Let's check in now with Victor Howell.
Bob, right there coming out of the timeout, just to my left here in the lane as they were lining up. Trevor Ariza is guarding Kobe Bryant coming off the double screen. Trevor had his hand around the back, and the official was telling him, let him run. And Trevor was saying no. And right when the official was telling that, Trevor put his hand on the inside. Kobe with a nice push off that gave him some separation to come around that screen. Fortunately for the Hornets, the shot wound up not going in for him, but it was very interesting when he came through there, and after the official told him to run. Take a look at it again. He comes off the screen to get past Trevor, and then he's going to come right back off the double, and there's the separation as they lob it. But it was very interesting to see the way it was being played right before the play started. When he looked at the official told Trevor, let him run. Trevor said no. Boom, there goes the signal, and Kobe was off and running. Fortunately for the Hornets, Kobe got a look, but it didn't go in, so let's play some bonus basketball tonight.
We were tied at 70 through 3. We are tied at 93 through 4. Lakers playing for the 5th time in overtime this season. They're 3-1. As I mentioned, the Hornets 0-2 in extra period play. Hornets will come out for the extra period and have Jarrett, Jack, and Marco Bellinelli in the backcourt. Ione, Ariza, and Kaman in the front court. So their regular starting 5. We'll wait to see who the Lakers bring out.
Will fatigue ever become a part of the Lakers scenario, Bob?
My goodness, they played double overtime and beat Memphis last night. Kobe played 52 minutes. Bynum played 49 minutes. Kobe's played 44 tonight. So that's 96 minutes with more to come for Kobe.
And maybe those legs were just a little bit weakened on that jump shot. Maybe that's why it didn't go in, that last one he took.
Maybe, but as I said, the Laker official told me he always plays with the tank full, and he had a game-high tying 26 points in the first 4 quarters. We'll see what happens in overtime. It'll be World Peace, Gasol, and Bynum up front. Fisher and Kobe in the backcourt. So the same Lakers starting 5 for the extra period. Bob Lick, Gil McGregor, and Victor Howell with you on CST. As we have overtime, fans here at the Hive on their feet have certainly gotten their money's worth tonight. And the opening tip of overtime won by the Lakers. Bellinelli trying to stick with Kobe. To the key, to the line, delivers to Gasol, who let it bounce once. The running hook, no, and Kaman has his 11th rebound.
Well, that's what you're going to have to do, play the good defense and don't allow them to rebound the ball. When they miss, clean it up.
Here Jack finds Ariza, passes up the open jumper, off the dribble drive, deflected by Kobe, forced the turnover. Kobe with a slam. Kobe will go to the line after the foul.
Well, the Hornets get the turnover, and then Kobe, and Marco says, I fouled him before he got the shot off, but he was in motion of the shot. You wrap him up so he can't get the shot off.
This is the first Lakers lead against Monty's crew since it was 17-16 in the first quarter. Amazing. So Kobe with a game-high 28 goes to the line where he's 8 for 8. Last night he had 34 in double overtime in Memphis. The league's leading scorer averages 28.9. He has 29.
That's an average night, in other words. Is that what you're saying?
With 4.5 to play.
Night.
Here's Kaman. He has 19 tonight. Backing down Bynum. Kick out Ariza, repost Kaman. Fall away, bottom. And it's a one-point game as Kaman hits 21. The Hornets are 5-0 this season when Kaman scores 20 or more.
So let Kobe have his average night. As long as the Hornets get a win here in overtime, who cares?
Fisher feeds Kobe. Single coverage Ariza. 5 on the clock. Kobe crosses over, drives, put it up, and oh my! Put it up and in. Off balance, on target, 31 for Kobe. This guy's 33, really? Under 3.5 to go in overtime. And Kaman bounces it right to Gasol for the turnover.
Gotta be solid. Got to be solid.
Second Hornet turnover in the overtime. Kobe feeds Fisher. Now Gasol, high-low with Bynum, who was fouled off the catch. That'll be number 5 on Kaman.
You talk about Kobe Bryant. He puts it on the floor, changes hands, and then comes back with another floater, a half-hook floater this time. At 6'5", 6'6", with exceptional hops, he's going to get that shot off.
Kobe scored the last 8 Laker points. They double him. Ariza and Ione with the foul, his fill. Third team foul.
Trying to limit the options that Kobe has. You don't want him to be able to go just anywhere. And in doing so,
Ione, after his 5th foul, heads to the bench, and Thomas replaces him. Fisher with the ball, 3 minutes to go. See, the Lakers veterans have been through so many games like these.
they've been here before.
Gasol drives, kicks. Fisher over Jarrett Jack, missed everything. He had 2 seconds to shoot, missed everything. Hornets ball. 1 possession game. Jarrett Jack gets it back from Kaman. Hornets didn't get their initial play run. Nice screen from Kaman. Jarrett Jack, bottom, 28 for J. Jack.
Now another stop's in order.
Under 2.5 to play. 1-point game in overtime. Fisher. World peace now to Kobe. Kobe, ball fake, fade, fire, air ball. 2 in a row by the Lakers. Monty wants the Bees to push. They need to convert for the lead. Jarrett Jack denied on the drive by Kobe and almost lost the ball. Recovers it and cannot convert as Bynum rebounds. .144 to go. Bynum against Kaman. Kaman playing with 5 fouls. He's bumped off the ball, and the interception by Jarrett Jack, or actually the steal. In the corner, Belly hits the trailer. Kaman. Now Ariza, ball fake. Ariza, photo for the lead!
What a shot. What a shot.
Trevor Ariza, the former Laker. Ariza the smile here at the Hive as the Hornets go up 99-98 with 81 seconds to go in overtime.
What a shot. Well, the offense is going to break down. You know, you look for the screen. No screen's coming. So you just step back and you put your shot up. Oh, yeah. Tell him, X. Tell him, X. The crowd's all happy. Trevor just sticks out the mouthpiece for Mitchell.
Large crowd here at the Hive. A sellout of 17,000 plus. And even Stephen Baldwin loving it. I thought he was a Lakers fan. Apparently not.
After a shot like that, you got to be a basketball fan. And it wasn't a Laker play. It was a Hornet play.
With the fans celebrating, hopefully not too early. The Bees 99, the Lakers 98.
So that's another stop. You got to have a stop. You know, that's what you celebrate, a stop.
Kobe's 8 straight points had given the Lakers their first lead since the first quarter. The Hornets decided to force somebody else to shoot. The last time Kobe launched one, it was an air ball after the smothering defense. It'll be Lakers ball when play resumes following the Trevor Ariza jumper. The former Laker with his 9th point.
And Kobe talked about that mask fogging up that he's wearing. He doesn't like that black mask, but this one fogs up on him, so maybe the fog is what caused him to shoot the air ball.
He hadn't had many of them tonight, although it's taken him 23 shots to score a game-high 31.
Well, he needed to have one more. Now is the time for the one.
Here's Gasol. Searching, finding Kobe. Ariza like Velcro on him. Help from Kaman. Skip pass finds World Peace. Off to Fisher. Yes, it goes in after the kiss off the rim and glass. Under a minute to go. Lakers by 1.
Kind rim. A kind rim.
Fisher's first double-digit scoring night in his last 10 games. 45 seconds left in overtime. And World Peace with his first steal of the game and finish. Timeout, Monty Williams. It's a 3-point Lakers lead after World Peace gets the steal and bucket.
I told you that's the kind of player he is, Bob, more than any kind of a jump shooter or three-point shooter. That's what he does. Well, the Lakers get an opportunity to get a couple of buckets. You see a kind bounce for Derek Fisher, the elder statesman on the club, and then World Peace spreading it everywhere. This is what he does. He's a better defender and a bully guy than he is a scorer, but this time he gets the steal and gets a big layup for the Lakers.
In the overtime, the Hornets have turned it over 3 times, and the Lakers have produced 5 points off those 3 turnovers, none more costly than the one you just watched. 102 to 99, Lakers advantage. Now there's 40 seconds left, Gil, and with 40 seconds on the clock, you're going to have multiple possessions to go. With multiple possessions, you just want the best shot, and there have been several Hornets who have been very efficient offensively, not just Jarrett Jack with his game-high point total.
But I still like going to Jarrett Jack, Bob, because this is a guy that can give you multiple choices. He's a choice to either shoot a jump shot or to drive. He's a choice to find somebody else that's open. So I like the ball in his hand because he has decisions to make, either himself or somebody else. But you're right, there's enough time to be solid. You don't need fantasy shots or hurried shots. There's plenty of time.
Take a look at this fine crowd. I think they've been on their feet since the last 2 minutes of regulation here at the New Orleans Arena. And they have watched quite a show here in the Big Easy. It's a 1-possession game with 40 seconds left in the first overtime. 35 seconds now as Jarrett Jack controls against World Peace. Dribbles around the trap, feeds Ariza for 3. It's off the back iron. Thomas battling. Bynum boards it. And a whistle. And a Lakers timeout. It will be a Lakers 20-second timeout and Lakers basketball.
Well, you know, you got an opportunity. It's a tough 3 to make, and I understand Trevor felt it. He was feeling it. He had a decent look, but that's what we're saying. It's just sometimes you're trying to get a triple and you just need a single.
Lakers down to one remaining timeout. It's a 20. They have a foul to give as well. Hornets have 2 20s. Down by 3 here at home. 25 and 1/10 second remaining. So the Hornets do not have a foul to give. That is critical because it's Lakers basketball. You don't want too much of the clock to disappear, but if you foul, it's going to likely be a 2-possession game. Trevor Ariza going for broke there on the wing right 3 just a moment ago. Hornets from downtown, 3 of 9 now on the night.
Guys, that was a tough shot. I mean, he makes that shot. It's one heck of a shot to make, but, you know, I just would like to see maybe a little bit more of a run to play. A little miscommunication here. Jared Jack wanted Kamen to set the screen to get Trevor open. He's directing traffic, so Trevor would have gotten a little bit better look had the screen come a little bit sooner.
Sometimes the shot you see is not necessarily the play that was originally designed, or at least not when it happened.
Or not the shot that the player wanted to take. He took the shot that he had to take, not the shot that he wanted to take.
The Lakers have called a second 20-second timeout. That'll be their final timeout then. Let's watch that last Hornets play once again, Gilbert.
Well, you see Chris Kamen come out, and he's slipping the pick himself, trying to actually get to the corner to have an opportunity for a jump shot. And because of that, the defense had a chance to maybe close out a little bit better on Trevor Ariza than they would have had the pick been a little bit more effective.
I wonder when that Laker timeout was actually whistled, because it looked like Bynum may have traveled after getting the rebound following the Ariza miss. Where the Lakers will have the ball, they'll have no timeouts remaining. The Hornets have no fouls to give. The Lakers cannot just hold the ball. The Hornets don't want to immediately foul. They'll inbound the ball front court right after the back-to-back timeouts. Kobe leads all scorers with 31. Bynum's had 25. A bunch of those, 13, came in the fourth quarter. Gasol has also had 18, 4 Lakers in double figures, and the Lakers have just dominated at the line, outscoring the Hornets 23-10.
And World Peace directing Laker traffic, telling everybody where to go. Surprised somebody had told him where to go.
Lance Thomas defends, inbound to Fisher. Jared Jack going for the steal. He couldn't get it, so now he fouls. And so Fisher heads to the line. A chance to make it a 2-possession game in favor of Los Angeles. That is foul number 4 on Jared Jack. Kamen has 5, Ione has 5, and now Jared Jack with 4. Vasquez also has 4, but he's not on the floor.
And it's interesting to see the Lakers go away from their big lineup. They take Bynum out because of his free throw shooting or his lack thereof.
Had Blake on the floor for him, Bill.
Another ball handling, a better free throw shooter.
Fisher, an outstanding free throw shooter, at 83%, misses the first of 2.
Finally.
Lakers have missed 7 of their 30 attempts. Fisher's got 1 more coming. If he misses this, it'll be a 1-possession game. Hornets will have plenty of time to decide what to happen.
Blake goes out, Barnes comes in.
Fisher makes it a 2-possession game. 103-99. Fisher with his 11th point. Hornets with a 20-second timeout. They'll have 1:20 remaining. 1:20-second timeout, that is, remaining, with 22 and 1/10 second remaining. Victor?
Bob, we've had 5 minutes of bonus basketball. Let's recap what's happened here at overtime after we were tied at 93 in regulation. Kobe Bryant on the breakaway. He would get the dunk and the foul. 96-93 Lakers, and Kobe again. You see the crossover dribble into the lane, made it 98-95. But the Hornets would cut the lead to 1. Then Trevor Ariza with this jumper, 99-98. Timeout, Lakers, Hornets up top. But here comes Derek Fisher off of this wild play. Loose ball, world peace being thrown out of bounds. Gets it to Fisher, who hits the jumper to make it 199. And then speaking of world peace, 5 points on the game. He gets this steal, then the breakaway and the layup, 102-99. And they've added that 1 free throw since then. 2-possession game now with 22 to go.
Here's your story, 2-possession game, Victor. The Hornets have scored 6 points in the overtime. Kobe scored the first 5 in overtime for the Lakers. He has scored 5 of their 10. The impact that he has had. Hornets need a quick conversion here as Bellinelli looks to inbound. Finds Ariza. He'll drive on Barnes. Pass bobbled by Kaman, loose on the floor. Kaman recovers, blocked by World Peace, who's had the 2 biggest defensive plays of this ball game, both in overtime.
And we talked about the kind of player that he is, and he said he wasn't an offensive guy, that he just does the grunt work, and you've seen him doing the grunt work for his club. That's what they need him to do, and that's what Meta World Peace has done for the Lakers lately.
He had no blocks, he had no steals in regulation. He's had 1 of each in overtime. The 2004 NBA Defensive Player of the Year played like it here in clutch time for the Lakers. Kobe to the line. Game high 31, now 32. And the Hornet bench sensing reality now of how this game could end for a Laker team that came in 26-16. Kobe 10 for 10 at the line. Kobe has more made free throws now than the Hornets as a team. And the Hornets have their final timeout with 12.5 seconds remaining. Kobe's 11 of 11 at the line. The Hornets as a team 10 of 13 at the stripe. Nothing tells the story of this game better than that.
No, I think you're right about that.
Well, the Hornets still have 12.5 to go here at Gilbert, and our next game is 24 hours away. Wizards in town. It's the only meeting between the Bees and the Wiz. 7 p.m. and it's St. Patrick's Day at the High. Buzzfest gets you going outside at 5:30. Dollar beers, live music, interactive games for the youngsters, and plenty more. That's at 5:30 outside, 7 o'clock inside. Get your tickets at Hornets.com or dial 504-525-HOOP. Tomorrow night, Wizards, Hornets. This is a tough act to follow, though.
Yeah, it is, and what you hope to get out of it is that you learn from seeing how the Lakers close out games what you have to do to close games out. You close it out with defense, rebounding, and making free throws.
Sideline out for New Orleans, no timeouts remaining. Kaman catches. Kaman dribble handoff, Belly. 1 dribble, 3-pointer, no. Barnes corrals it, fouled by Ariza with 4.5 seconds left, and the Lakers are going to hold on against Monty and company. The Hornets gave them every ounce of energy that they could expend, and it looked like they were going to hold on in regulation, but the Lakers indeed forced the overtime, and then Kobe went to work.
Lakers got a lot of weapons, a lot of size, a lot of offense, a lot of defense. They just got a lot of things that to throw at you. And the experience part of it has to be counted in. They've been here before, over and over again.
The big men played big as Bynum went 25 and 18. His 18 rebounds gave him 34 over a 24-hour period in 2 overtime games. Gasol also had a double-double, 18 and 10, and Kobe leading all scorers with 33. Barnes hits the free throws, 10 off the bench for him, and this will be the last possession of the ball game. Garrett Jack brings front court, uncontested. He drains the jumper for his 30th point of the ball game, but the Hornets fall in overtime. We were tied after 3, we were tied after regulation, but it's the Lakers 107, the Hornets 101. The Lakers improving to 27 and 16. The Black Mamba took control when the Lakers needed him most. Doesn't like the mask, but the opponents don't like what they see when Kobe's got the ball in his hand. 33 for Kobe as the Lakers hand the beat.